I'm Ella.
And I'm Lance. We are the Bamboos, and you're watching the AU Review. This is the first single off our new album, which is coming out on November the 8th, which is called Fever in the Road. And it's a song, it's actually an idea that started out maybe like a year and a half ago. It was floating around for a while. And I sent it to Ella, and she kind of made it come to life. And then it was it started out, it was a lot longer, and we ended up like condensing it down, making it a little more succinct. But yeah, it's kind of, I guess, a slightly different sound for the band, but it's something, I think this kind of influence is it's part of the thing that you're bringing to the band, which is really cool.
Influenced by Mulder and Scully from
That's
the X-Files.
right, two of our big heroes.
Yeah, major influence.
Which are the characters from the X-Files, if anyone too young is watching.
And comic books.
Yeah.
Both like comic books.
Actually, it's amazing that you are so into the X-Files, because how old were you when that actually came out?
Would have been a tween, I reckon.
Right, okay.
Like, 12 or something.
It lasted for a long period of time as well.
5 seasons.
More than that.
Was it?
Yeah, much more than that.
Really?
Was it like 8? It was a while. It lasted. We kind of by the end of it, people had forgotten about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But once Mulder left, but
Check out the trance remix of the theme, though. It still stands up.
have you ever put the X-Files theme song into a set?
No, but
there are
now,
some bands that walk on stage to it.
now you've got me thinking.
There is room.
Yeah, there's always room. I want to believe.
Very nice. Very nice. You can Photoshop that in the background there for the interview. Although that would be better if we were up against a green wall. Let's talk about the album. So it comes out in November. What can we expect from it?
Well, this is a record that, I guess, as opposed to our previous record, Medicine Man, which was really, really guest heavy. We had Aloe Black, Tim Rogers, Washington, a bunch of guest artists on there. This is a record that features, it's just the band. We're not outsourcing anyone vocally. So Ella and Kylie Aldis, two of the singers in the band, it's kind of pretty much divided equally. It's a democratic process. With half the album is sung by Kylie, half by Ella. And that's kind of a refreshing approach, which seems kind of weird because that's what bands do. They make a record and they go and tour it and all that sort of stuff. But because our records have been particularly guest heavy in the past, that's posed certain problems with taking it live, obviously. So this time it really feels like, we made the record, we wrote the record, we made the record, we're going to put it out, and when we play live, people are going to actually get exactly what they heard on the record, with a little bit of ad-libbing from you. Live.
Yeah, I mean, what is your writing process? I mean, you mentioned that it's about 50-50 with your two vocalists, but what is that process of writing? Do you write a song and then Kylie writes a song, or do you all work together on the material?
Well, I suppose for this record, it's mainly been like ideas that Lance has had, and then we've come together and written the melody and lyrics together, and maybe some other chords. You had a nice organ in your studio, which I had a tinkle on.
I had to sell that.
Really?
Yeah, no room in the studio.
It was beautiful.
It was like an example of buying an instrument for one record and then getting rid of it. I always dreamed of doing that stuff. It wasn't that expensive. But yeah, I don't think there's one way. It's like sometimes I'll come up with an idea and shoot it through to Ella or Kylie. Other times we will sit down and do the classic thing of getting the guitar or piano out and writing something there and then.
Yeah.
Really, however we do it, as long as the end result is what we're happy with. But there's not sort of one system really, I guess.
Fair enough. And I understand there's a bit of a tour happening. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, Fever in the Road tour is happening at the end of November and start of December. We're playing all the capital cities, and we've kind of been dropping a few of these songs into the live set. We've played a few of them at Splendour, and we've been dropping them in and just sort of testing the water with them, which is the ultimate kind of test, I think. But we can't wait to come out and play the full album. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I imagine, based on what you were saying about how difficult it has been to tour because of the guests you've needed, I imagine that this album has almost been made exclusively for the concept of an easier tour.
Yeah, there's definitely that aspect. I think also because the last album was so guest heavy, I felt like I didn't want the band to be reliant on that for the music to stand up, and I feel like this album that we're doing sort of in-house, as it were, which is a strange concept for a band, but it really feels like that. It feels really like a strong statement, and that we can stand up without, you know, having to bring people in. And the vocalists we have are, you know, completely amazing. And I look forward to just kind of, I look forward to taking this out there and, you know, playing for the good people.
You mentioned Splendor, and that was the last time I saw you guys, and it was such a great set. You know,
Oh, you were there?
that was you know, packed out tent, great atmosphere. You know, talk us through a little bit about that experience. What was Splendor like for you guys?
That was great. Unfortunately, Ella wasn't there because you were, where were you, in New York at that point?
Yeah, I was very sad to miss it. But yeah, I'm sure Ainsley did an awesome job.
Yeah, we had a great singer named Ainsley Wills who came in and did it in Ella's place. But yeah, it was great. Again, you know, some would say audaciously chose to play half a set of all the new material that no one had heard. But I just sort of felt like it was the right way to go, and yeah, the feeling in the tent was pretty electric. So it felt like we could play some new stuff and get away with it, and we had a blast. One of the top gigs, I think, maybe one of the top 5 gigs I've ever done.
And it never hurts to have Tim Rogers within easy reach.
That's right. He appeared out of nowhere, and he brings the danger element in a big way. You just never know exactly what he's going to do, and he could do anything, and he does.
Yes, he does.
But yeah, definitely a blast to work with someone. You know, he's one of Australia's great frontmen, like, no doubt. And just to be close to that energy and that spontaneity is amazing.
I imagine he's an interesting man to be on the road with as well.
Yes.
He's good entertainment for us all.
He is. He taught us a few lessons.
Yeah, life lessons.
We won't go into too much detail there. Leave that to your imagination. And well, it sounds like you guys have got such a busy couple of months ahead, and moving into next year, will it be much of the same, touring, working on new material, all that fun stuff?
Yeah, the record comes out in Europe and the US sort of just a little bit into 2014, so we'll be heading over, and hopefully Japan as well, but definitely European and US tours happening, which is going to be amazing because we've yet to have toured the States, and we haven't been back to Europe for a couple of years now, so it's going to be great to get out on the road and play this record.
Any plans for South by or things like that?
I think we might just miss out on that, but I've never been, but have you been before?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, all my friends have been. I feel like the only one in the Australian music scene who's never been, but yeah, we will get there at some point.
Fair enough.